All right, first thing your team is going to go get your bin with all of your tools in it. Take out your tablecloths, unfold those in front of you. Share the spray bottles around the tables and make sure your tablecloth is nice and damp again. Remember, we don't want puddles of water, but we do want the canvas to be moist so our clay doesn't dry out. Okay? And then you're going to start with the project from last time. And be careful as you transport it. You want to take care of your beautiful bowl. Take that out. And you should have some extra clay to keep going with. When you run out of extra clay, you'll go back to the clay Tupperware on the back counter and get some more. So you can get more clay when you need it. Awesome. Please use that clay knife. That's going to be a really helpful tool as we keep going. So I've already cut this piece. When I'm ready to use these, I'll use that clay knife. Remember, starting with a rectangle shape is going to be much easier to get going and starting to form those rolls we call coils. This is a coil pot. How thick do I want to roll out my coil? As thick as a finger. Okay, so I need to stop before it gets too thin. Artists say, cowabunga, dude. Right? No thinner than your pinky, otherwise it'll be super breakable. No thicker than your thumb, otherwise you have a really chunky, heavy bowl that takes forever to dry and put through the kiln. So we want as thick as a finger, and then I can start doing my shapes. Lots of us were enjoying the spirals, or you can zigzag it back and forth to create that fun wiggle effect. You're the artist. However you'd like to design your bowl, and keep on building. So we start from the top and that middle of the bowl, and we're building around the edges now. Okay, I'm going to cut little rectangles and keep on rolling. Coils need to be as thick as a finger. Awesome. As thick as my finger. Pause and roll. Awesome. And get it in my next spot. Press it on there. Keep going. Once you have gotten all of your sides completed and filled in, and again, if you want to do it a little shorter, you don't have to go all the way to the bottom down here. Some students are doing more of a dish, so you could stop. But the very last step is to fill in those holes and do any smoothing. So what I actually like to do is I still roll out one more coil, and then from there it's pretty slick to chop off a little bit, make a quick ball, and fill in where I need it. Ooh, you know what? This one looks like it needs more of a fill in right here. Awesome. All right, and you keep on filling in those gaps. I need to fill in right here where I can see the bowl through the middle. Edges like this on the bottom actually end up looking beautiful. If those are nice and smooth, you could leave those so you have a uneven edge in a nice asymmetrical way. So that's up to you. Okay, let's see where else. Looks like I've got a hole right here. Patch that guy. Awesome. Ooh, there's a few. Okay, now small ones will be just fine. It's just the big ones that we need to fill in. That needs a little bit right there. Great. Okay, so our last step then is to take the time to smooth together these coils, okay? What I'm not doing is pressing down hard onto the bowl itself. I'm just I'm just pressing and pulling one coil's clay onto the other one across the surface. I'm not pressing down. The more you press down hard, it'll start to flatten your beautiful designs. We want to be able to see those designs on the inside later. Okay, so I'm doing my best to make my holes fill in, my gaps, and I'm also trying to make it smooth here. If you go too fast and you get all these crumblies on there, crumbles become really sharp. So flatten those down. You don't want them to be sharp when they turn into stone after it goes through the kiln. Okay, you're going to smooth the entire surface and sides of the clay bowl. Now, if you wanted to, I could get these sides attached in some places and then leave some of these a little more open. The reason for that is it's kind of beautiful to look at it even from the outside of the bowl, but I know it's for sure attached well still, since I've at least gotten half of it pressed onto the rest of the bowl. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to attach that one. Maybe I leave some of these wiggles. I just make sure that they're smoothed on here. Okay. There you go. Artists, I will check them next time when I'm back. So the way we need to save them again is you're going to use that same bag. Any of your extra clay you can save in the bottom. Okay, there's my extra clay. Make sure you get your paper towel wet again. It should be plenty wet. It's not dripping all over me, but it is wet, 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 so that my clay has plenty of moisture. And then I'm going to put my bowl in. Be careful with your beautiful project. However far you get today, it's just fine. We'll do one more day next time. That goes over the top of all my items. And make sure I get the extra air out and I seal it tight. Okay? And we can save them just like last week. Great. Good luck, you guys.